In fact, the best hero to do that is, I guess, CK, right? But then you're jumping to support first, which, again, is necessary to win these fights. But
I mean, that's what CK can do, though. That's one of his strengths, right? If you can just keep the Huskar... Like, in this game, Pugnus has to play like the Brewmaster played last game. It's just much harder, right? Especially because Huskar dispels when you life break, right? Dispels himself, so you can't really decrepify him before he jumps.
Yeah.
You have to decrepify him after.
You're also spell immune when you make that jump. So you can't, like, decrepify him and hope to do it. It won't do anything. In fact, I think he's just untargetable, I believe. So, yeah, life break, very good. Always a strong spell. This AA, of course, strong spell. The Ice Blast here. They nerfed it. I don't know why.
No, you can dispel him, right? I thought you could. I thought you could.
No, he is...
Oh, while leaping... Oh, right, you can still disable him with things that go through spell immunity.
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah.
Right.
But Decrep doesn't. I suppose... I don't know what would happen if you reality rifted him, with the talent, of course, when he was...
It says on the skill, actually. If you move him more than 1,400 units, it will break. But if you reality rift him, he'll just keep going.
Likely to drop for first blood. Who will they give it to? Double King. Perfect.
Double King. Good. That's important because this lane is the one lane you need to try to do as best as you can. Maybe we're overstating the Tusk Weaver lane, but I really don't think we are. At least for AA. I don't think they're going to kill Double King.
They might kill this Weaver, though. 2-second stun. Cold Feet is going to proc. That's certainly worth the century, I would say. Kill that time does go to Jube.
100%.
But
100%. Why?
Why what?
Why would you do that, dude?
Oh, as the Weaver, I guess he thought he wasn't going to commit the sentry.
Dude, the nerfs at level 1 in Shukuchi was so huge as well. 3 seconds of cooldown is massive. You do not commit Shukuchi in those situations.
Yeah, I thought he could get away with murder that one. A little bit of thief, a bit of pinching.
Very cheeky play. And now they both have a little bit of farm. The early level is going to be rough for these guys, especially because CK got a bit of extra experience on these 2 kills. I'd say the top lane should go Huskar favorite eventually. Oh, he did go for Burning Spear level 1. Usually you see either Inner Fire or Berserk Blood, actually. It's interesting. I'm assuming it's the best build against Timber.
Yeah, Timber did go Timber Chain level 1 as well. So, I mean, they scouted that, right, with the first blood. So they were well aware. And they know Lion, of course, is going to take Earth Spike. So, yeah, quite curious about that. Timber Chain, before Timber Saws would just, like, I don't know why this was a thing.
Zor?
Zor?
Oh, Zor's going to die. Oh.
Yeah, again, I mean, this lane's good early, right? Like, for Jube and Double King. Again, it shifts very quickly. Like, basically, level 2, level 3, it gets much more difficult.
No, I'm staying with what I said, but my point is I feel like Zor is not, like, respecting this lane. Like, CK and AA is a strong lane. It's just that you can kill the AA if he's out of position, but you don't just... It's not free, literally.
No, and I think it's even a bait to go super early. Like, again, I don't think it's as bad as, like, Darkseer level 1 Ion Shell, but, like, it ain't much better here in the early levels. Again, I
just sap experience. Tusk probably goes for, like, I don't even know what the tag team is for. What are you going to harass the tag team early,
He's going to try and gank mid here. High Shaggy's very low on the HP. Afro?
Yeah.
Oh, he's scouted by the ward, though.
Yeah, it's scouted. He figured out the ward is there, at least, so at least he can deward it
some
here.
intel.
But yeah, Snowball would have been better early. Like, if they understood that this lane was strong in the early lanes, and then and then you actually beat it, they should have gone Snowball first and tag team level 2. Try to shove the lane, do a bit more pulls, maybe do creep skipping at level 1, because it's kind of worth it. Now this lane actually is going to go the way of TMM. They've sacrificed too many resources here. They might still stabilize it at level 5 or so, but it's not going to be the domination that you should have here.
Okay, they may set up for a kill. They may even give it a try. Zor's really close to tier 1, though, so I kind of doubt it. Afro, level 2 at the ready. He's got that second skill point ready to go. And in they go. Cold Feet's a level 1 second stun, pardon me. So Zor's not going to get latched this time around. But they get the Sentry out from Afro. So
it's punishing hard.
Yeah, it's pretty significant there. Oh, and they cancel the Sal. Okay. They're going to try for Jube now.
Alright. They do have the Swarm on top, but Zor, okay, the Shukuchi used. Jube sees him the whole time. Snowball, just to try to kill Jube. You have a level difference, though. Afromush will commit for this kill. They'll get him finally. There's a level difference, by the way. This stabilized sooner than I expected it to. Like, CK's level 3. That should be a huge difference. Usually, most lanes, a single level advantage is already enough to make the lane win, but... Thank God, finally, they started playing this lane as I expected.
CK's, he's got himself a lot of sustain with the Chaos Strike, the Sampler 1-1-1.
He won't die.
So.
Yeah. I mean, they might dive him once they reach level 5 or so, but at this point, I expect Double King to just leave the lane. You're CK. You can go jungle relatively early. That's fine.
I don't know if he can really abandon the lane this early.
Not now, I mean like relatively early, as in once Zor reaches level 5 or so, I think you should probably go jungle.
Yeah, I think that's fair. This top lane now starting to really suffer every time I look top lane.
Bottom again. Jubei. Ancient Apparition leaves the lane and he just dies. Aframoosh, on level 1 tech team, they go for the sampler build as you mentioned. Double King, still has a swarm on top of that.
Ooh,
Snowball,
good.
oh, used to the creeps. He might deny himself as well. Double King did get the swarm off though, which means Zor can't quite kill him. He is only level 3 after all.
Yeah, that's an exchange. I'm not sure what the heck happened here mid. Hold on, let's do some investigating. What did I do? The auto attacks in the air from Shaggy do return the kill.
I think he dies.
And Shaggy died to Shadow Strike, so.
Sorry, Melly Burgos, I mean. Oh, wow. Magic Stick literally getting him with 10 HP. They just went on him a bit, and with the Burning Spears, they took him down, really. No points in the inner fire. I guess it makes sense against Timbersaw, but it can't destabilize the Timber Chain.
Shaggy's
right?
in trouble. I believe he's dead.
Shaggy is in
He's got a
trouble.
little bit of a level advantage because he did get the kill onto Solji before he died to the damage over time.
Good thing.
Wait.
Oh, he still wins this, actually. He might actually be able to win. Man, Molly Burgos will die. Nice blink. Solji was saving that. Up from Moosh will have to suffer the consequences, but at least Solji gets out alive. Not that bad.
And now Tibbs is going to really start to suffer with that TP from Mali. Pingu's just going to start running him down. He's got boots, though.
Oh.
So he's able to at least outrun Pingu fairly easily.
It feels really bad that as Timbersaw you can't take over lane. He is a good hero against Huskar in general, but Omni kind of nullifies a lot of the impact the Timbersaw has against
Omni's really good
Huskar.
at just doing that, right? Just kind of running at you and threatening. So very.
And if you guys have seen, by the way, the Huskar is very popular as a, well, I mean, quite popular as a carry in high-level pubs in NA particularly. Arteezy was doing it for a while. It's not a new thing at all.
And I mean, obviously the lane with Omni is amazing, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I think. Do you think this is better than Sven Omni?
Yes.
Okay.
Because Sven sucks right now.
Oh, okay. I mean, I guess if you consider that. I mean, in theory, right, if they're both equally viable.
I'd say Huskar's better because Huskar, like the thing about Sven is that because you gotta get items, much like Tiny, the enemy team has an answer to you eventually, right? Like they can respond to you and they can just pick a faster lineup. Against Huskar, I don't think there's much of a faster lineup than Huskar.
I think that's reasonable. I
mean, you can play Huskar super slow, but you can also play him fast if needed.
Sure. No, I get that.
Got it.
Ah, look at this. He's just kicking Tib out of lane. Love this Immortal, by the way. Beautiful. This little odd dragon, man. It's like alive. It looks like the Valorant skin.
Yeah, I think I've got one of those, but I'm not a nasty Huskar player, so I'm never gonna use it.
Oh, you have one of these? You don't play Huskar? What a waste. Give it to me.
No.
Fair enough. Zor dies in the bottom lane, and he also got out from Bush here with a cold feet.
It's pretty major.
It is major, man. It's level 5. This is long past the moment where you should be losing the lane.
So that's what I mean. Like, I don't know.
I don't think.
No,
I don't think they're respecting it. I don't think they're playing.
I think this Tusk Weaver lane is strong. I just think CKAA is really really good.
Nah, I'm gonna remain unmovable. I've seen Lelis do this. It's just I feel like there's a lot of misplays in the early game.
Top. That's not gonna save Mali Burgos. Sadly, Shinra just doesn't care.
Like Sacred was pretty adamant about this because I remember talking to him about this idea as well. Like how to play against Weaver and stuff. And I do think that this is not the best Weaver performance here.
No, I mean
he's gonna recover in the mid game.
I mean,
though,
I agree, but I think like if this was like a PAAA lane, right? Like no chance, right?
Oh, for sure. Like again, the idea by Mystery Machine was a good one, and they even had the A in the draft. It's like well done, right? But he should have been fought.
Yeah. It just
Solji.
they've given themselves a draft where they are able to actually punish this. I don't know if that's they're not going to get that cold feet, but they have at least forced the Quap to blink pretty far back, which does isolate after a Moosh. Still though, the Sonic Wave will follow through. It actually pushes Mali Burgos away from the Swarm though. Zor is going to be chasing for this one, and he's going to... Oh, he still actually gets hit by that Chaos Strike. Jubei eventually died, but Zor at level 6 does get off the time lapse, and now this is the fight that they've wanted. Double King is going to slowly perish here. All the moves beat slows a second bout of the tag team. And that's going to be 3 for
Good rotation by Solji. And yeah, there's always two sides of the same coin, right? Whereas there's mess-ups on the off-lane side, you have to be good to be able to punish those. And I think that the Mystery Machine should get a lot of credit for playing a really good lane. They knew exactly what they had to do. They knew this lane was going to be tough, and they punished the Weaver every time he has Shikuchi in. So well done.
Yeah, I mean, it's certain.
Now Jubei leaves, because I think that you realize now it's too much. Like, there's no need for you to be fodder still. CK can still stay in the jungle, or perhaps just go triangle, and it's over. Like, there's no need to pressure this any further.
Agreed. Yeah, you don't want to overstep your boundaries. It was very much a lane where like, oh, you know, we can put Weaver out of position. You know, the snowball save wasn't there early, and they took great advantage of it for sure.
And now we have the awkward situation where Fel was expecting to at least win one lane, if not two, probably, because the Huskar also was destroying his lane. And now the Queen of Pain has done kind of even with Shaggy, but Pugna is really strong early. The difference between, we talked about it, but Queen of Pain is a great rotator. She can make these plays, but all Shaggy has to do is stay mid, nether blast the tower, and that's it.
Yeah.
There's nothing much else to do.
It's
and it's much easier to play that way.
the Danny DeVito. So anyway, so I started blasting as soon as Quap leaves the lane. I mean,
that is Frank Reynolds. Danny DeVito is the actor, my friend.
Yeah, but I mean, it's the meme. That meme transcended the show quite a bit. Hex, but there's the GA. That's going to give more bonus strength, more HP regen. Shinra is fighting through the Chakram, and well, unfortunately, doesn't get the kill on the high Shaggy. He goes to the neutrals.
Oh, really? Right. That's true. That's a big deal, actually. That could have almost been a okay trade, right, for Felt, but good rotation as well by Shaggy.
And he had burning spears on top as well.
Yeah, as Pugna's rotation should be predictable though. So now Solji maybe might want to stay top a bit longer, or at least have a TP ready. And Afrobush plus Zor. Level 6 on Zor. Level 7 rather, so we have the full Shikuchi. Trying to take advantage of attacking fully. Nice shards. Good usage there of the shards. And Zor will get the kill.
Not gonna do anything. Shaggy's going to be far too late.
CK needs to leave.
Yes.
CK needs to leave this lane. It's time for the Omni to come by.
And here's Shinra.
Hi Shaggy, yeah, he's the one that's going to be taking this apparently. He's going to be in trouble. Life Drain though, hexing the Huskar as well. He could be in trouble himself. Does have the Berserker's Blood max. Jubei joining in, cold feet. Shinra's going to get killed. 25% magic resist extra from Berserker's Blood is okay, but it's not crazy.
Yeah, especially when it's Amplified Decrepify, Sonic Wave here. They might be able to get Shaggy this time around. 5 seconds left on the life drain as they easily take down Jubei. Soldier's haste turn's going to end. Shaggy goes digging and he finds the heal itself. That's exactly what he was digging for. He'll be back in this fight soon enough, but Tib is now the one being bullied. Oh my goodness, the damage. I believe Snowball might just nick him. Yes, it does. But Afro cannot go diving here underneath the tier 2 tower. Soldier certainly can, though. He gets the kill.
Nice. Well calculated, because he had to know that the Timbersaw wouldn't heal enough, right? By the time the Sonic Wave hit.
Whoa,
or sorry, Scream of Pain.
Molly. Oh, promising.
Molly Burgos?
There's mana for a blink, though. Yeah, plenty. And 8 wand charges. There was always going to be mana there for the blink.
That was a cute Ice Blast. I love that Jubei trusted Molly enough to get the stun, even though he didn't. But trust is a very important part when you're playing AA.
You gotta trust yourself as well.
No, it's all about your team. Hi Shaggy, I don't know if Meta should be the best place for him. I maybe would say top, just so you can take the tier 1 early. It's difficult to play Pugna nowadays mid because of how just predictable you are, and they just mirror your rotations. Yeah, look at this. Like Felt is even going top because they go either we block the Pugna rotation or we just get the CK for free. Either or, it's a win.
Yeah, and it looks like CK for free is going to be probably the option. Only Zor really in the line of fire down bottom. Ra is of course joining this fight because he is a lot of damage and plenty of it. Impossible to arm the toggle, of course, when you're burning. I love the tooltip, by the way, when burning spears. You are on fire. All caps.
What can you do, brother?
That was a good one. Pingu did get killed by the smoke, but it's almost like a 5 tank in the smoke. It's no big deal. That always reminds me of something Chris told me a while ago, which was that when you make the optimal play, again, in this example, High Shaggy did not make it, but he's trying to be unpredictable. But the optimal play is predictable, but it's still the optimal play. So you should still probably go for it, right? Even if they know what you're doing. And that's kind of a situation where you lost the CK because you didn't go top to try to fight it. You didn't try to increase your map control. You tried to go for the triangle. It's a fair play, but at the end of the day, you only get an Omni Knight.
Well, there's no mana for the finger. They might not need it, though. Afro ticking away. Fingers there, finally, and they will get it. Molly's going to go down sucking. And Solji might be caught here by the cold feet. Shaggy doesn't have a life drain, unfortunately. He's got a DD rune, but obviously that's not going to really get the kill. And Solji is going to walk off the damage.
I think the DD rune actually deals more damage than the...
204... Yeah, perhaps.
Does he have 1 attack per sec? No, he's close. He's close.
What is he? What's his attack speed on Pugna? Oh, it's not.
It's like,
it's not good.
It's not good. That's why.
And plus you.
But it's surprisingly close. Life Rune does not deal that much damage, right? It's about how difficult it is to deal with it.
That's true, but also you can't decrepify an attack, right? So then Quap walks away even faster.
That's true. That's very true. That's a very good point, actually. No, I wasn't curious.
No, I know. I mean, it's an interesting thought experiment, and now Shaggy is perhaps going to be at the receiving end of the thought experiment. What if Sakuchi was still really strong? it's not.
It is.
It is.
The play though now is the correct one, right? Because he's trying to be optimal. He's just not trying to go for ganks anymore. Towers don't move. Towers can't avoid Shaggy. But Felt has got enough space to be able to go into the top lane as well, at least cover it a little bit. And Weaver's one of the best heroes to put in the dead lane. Really hard to catch him. It's really good at pushing lanes as well with Shikuchis.
Can I just?
He's gonna go for the Orchid
Can
build.
I just say I really love that you stepped into that analysis of it. That's what really separates you from all the other casters out there. Not only do you correctly identify that towers cannot move, he connects the dots and says, ergo, they cannot run from Shaggy. Sword. Can't run from Night Blast there.
I mean, that's the important part, right? Towers in my game are dragons, so being able to make that analysis is harder, right? They're not the...
What are they dragging?
Cosmetics. Yeah, that's a good one. These nuts over there.
Okay.
There's the co-op, saved by the Guardian Angel. They have an opportunity. Malibor goes. Yeah, look at that. Shikuchi.
Ooh.
Oh, actually, I'm going to leave.
the quap.
I'm going to leave. Solji in trouble. Guardian Angel. Oh, sorry, the Heavenly Grace to help her out, but the damage is still really high.
Nice.
That purification is not good enough. And Zor, also in trouble himself. The Cold Feet, though, will not trigger. Grafai is not strong enough. Instead, they leave Tusk behind, and he's going to be the one to die. Well played.
Yeah,
TMM.
that was a really clutch actually play by High Shaggy there. He gives a little bit of HP back to the supports. Normally a lot of, especially mids, would go absolutely not support, get Tranquil Boots, don't bother me for healing. But that actually ends up baiting Quap back on in. And it doesn't even die there to the Scream of Pain. So he gets off another stun, and that sets up for the kill onto the Quap, even with the Heavenly Grace Dispel being at the ready. That's going to allow Mystery Machine to then get the tower as a result. And that's all from Shaggy, just being a team player. Just a little bit of healing goes a long way.
Also, I just want to correct something, or not correct, or clarify something I said earlier. Earlier, I mentioned how the Inner Fire can disturb the Timbersaw's Timber Chain. It's not about the stopping it. You don't stop it, right? You just stun him. It's about the fact that you push him away, and if you Timber Chain, right, in a direction, the cast range is a big deal, right? So if you Timber Chain in a specific direction, you're being pushed away, all of a sudden you're Timber Chaining from further away, and you don't reach the tree sometimes. It's actually a big nuisance. If you're a Timbersaw player, like things like Blinding Light, things like the Inner Fire, if it's done right as you're casting it, could be a big deal. So it does end up mattering. But it's more of a player thing than a actual count.
I'm really curious if all of Huskar's debuffs on the tooltips show up as all caps. I'm gonna check that.
I hope so. He is a warrior that wants to die, so his lore is
Sacred
like
warrior.
Mali Borgos gets killed. Solji does die as a
Second
result,
time.
though, not great.
Second time Soldiers died in exchange for the Lions.
Tib?
He's hot on the trail of Pingu. He can sniff him. What's
can.
that I smell? A cleric.
Yeah, I think Omnet does wash himself. Huskar definitely does not, right? But Omnet certainly does.
Omni certainly does what now?
Wash himself.
Oh, I think you have to.
I don't think you could smell it.
Cleric? Yeah.
For God? Yeah. God doesn't like smelling people. Shinra. Get safe here. No decrep anymore on him. You can always use the life break, but of course use it to be initiate on the Timbersaw. And now we see the issue with the Timbersaw and his Whirling Death against the Huskar.
There's a finger.
Like, this hero is considered a counter for the Huskar for a reason.
Yeah, there's a finger. I don't think it's wise if Feltar would go any further.
No.
I
think it's really impressive what TM has been doing, though. They've been managing to keep the optimal rotations like they did top, right, with High Shaggy, like towards the latter end of it. But they're still mirroring the enemy team effectively with the Timbersaw.
Yeah.
They're doing a really good job of keeping the map under control.
Huskar, of course, is an early fighter, but they haven't really been feeding him too many kills. He's got a couple because, of course, he's Huskar. But they're just dragging attention away from Double King, who's about to actually overtake the Huskar in terms of farm. Of course, DK had a really good lane. That's Double King, not the hero. Had a really good lane, and maybe even stronger than they should have, considering the draft. We can, you can argue that maybe till the cows come home. But at the end of the day, it is going to be now Double King really coming online. And there's probably a kill onto the Huskar. That's genuinely very easy for Mali. Puts it up there with the stun. He's holding on to the Hex as he's going to be hit by the snowball. Afro still giving chase. Ice shards are going to come down on the nice stun though. Should at least allow them to trade away the Omni in exchange for himself. Quap with Blink away. Tib put a Defiance. He feels confident continuing to fight.
Dire's top tower is under
We'll call it
attack.
here eventually. DK is about to get his Blink on there too.
Was that impactful? I mean, CK Blink this early? Against the Huskar is definitely a necessity, but is it going to be the big point of inflection like we're used to on our usual offlane CK? We'll see.
I'm not sure. I think it's nice for, well, doing that, right? Just absolutely murdering the Weaver, as that's Mali
Oh,
Burgos.
yeah, for these things, it's great.
Yeah.
I mean, that's true, actually. The enemy team has a lot of squishy heroes, and it's all their cores, right? The other thing is, CK is one of his biggest strengths is being able to burst supports easily, even things like Omniknight, right? So when you have a hero like Omniknight who's there for save, CK is great for that. It's actually why he's picked against Tiny as well for similar reasons. You burst the supports quickly, then you go for Tiny next, right?
I like this move from Tib, by the way. He's just showing bottom aggressively. He baits a couple of heroes over. More than enough space now for Roche to be secured. Really good play. I can't imagine he's doing this accidentally, right? He's actively making space, and Mr. Machine do take good advantage of it. Now they have two heroes who are surpassing the Huskar in terms of net worth.
He's just not the fastest farmer.
No.
That's one of the...
That being said, his start was sufficient enough where he has been able to go for the Sanj before straight BKB, which is always really, it's desirable, to say the least, for Shinra.
Yes, for sure. It's about how many braces on the Sanjas you can get before you forced into the BKB, right?
And
now he's gonna go to the Axe. The Axe is usually a turning point for this hero because then you get catch on your carry, which is a big deal. Obviously, Weaver can be a secondary carry this game, so it's not that bad either. You can make up for the fact that Huskar might fall off a little bit.
Yeah.
But High Shaggy's maintaining himself relevant, which is what's scary.
Zor's built into utility, and that's a great Ice Blast down bottom. Tip securing the kill with the bonus damage, as Pingu could do nothing but watch, even himself die right in front of his very own eyes. There's the blink coming in handy, I would say, with the kill on the Zor. No chance for the time lapse.
This is where it all kind of comes to play, right, in the game, where like the missteps in the lane, which, well, not big mistakes, matter a lot because you didn't punish the AA pick, and now the AA pick is super strong because he does counter your Huskar completely and your Omniknight, right? So now the Jubei got 0 punishment for the pick that he picked last, which is picking a 5 into a bad lane as well, and it all worked out simply because some small errors in the early game. You couldn't snowball off this. We were very far behind. You can't mitigate the Huskar. Now Huskar is mainly what you have, and Huskar being mainly what you have means you really can't fight right now because AA will cancel you every time.
Yeah.
So you have to cut lanes and get some farm on Weaver, more farm than Current, and more farm on Queen of Pain to make sure you have a tri-core lineup like Huskar likes.
And honestly, BKB doesn't even completely solve this issue. It does allow you to ignore the Pugna and the Lion for the most part, as well as the CK early. Eventually, Reality Rift is going to be a big pain in the butt. But, you know, famously, AA's Ice Blast does completely go through Magic Immunity, so Shinra's not going to be able to ignore that, ever.
Radiant are scaling.
Yeah. No, I feel like Felton's in a tough position right now. They have to figure out a different way to approach this game now from what the original plan was, I think. Which was the Huskar snowballing out of control.
They're going to look into the triangle, into the enemy jungle, because they've got a ward here. They only see Tib on it, and he's already Timber Chained way too far away for you to make that play safely.
Yeah.
Even then, again, it's a Timber. He's a really hard target.
Yeah. I mean, the Tusk is also one of those like really snowball supports, no pun intended there, right? You kind of fall off really quickly if you don't get the early kills. Shenra got hit by the Ice Blast. I don't think he want to continue. In fact, CK thinks there's an opportunity here. I think BKB, fact he's still Ice Blasted.
He's not healing. But now he can.
Yeah. Okay, they kill Molly Burger. That's a big deal because Molly Burger's a big source to catch. In comes the CK, almost bursts him down, and their fire will save him. But that second stun was good enough.
The DD rune. DK picks it up.
Co-op cannot survive that. DT's too strong. That Blink Dagger came into play much bigger than I expected it. I thought he needed more damage. He does not. He destroys these heroes.
Yeah, I mean, DD made it look really easy, but even against the Huskar, right, that was quite convincing.
Yeah.
Show of force.
That's what I mean. Like, he shredded him. There was no chance for the Huskar. Does he have Shard, by the way? He does not. He might have to consider Shard the Huskar this game. As you can use it while stunned. That's the biggest thing. I mean, there's other parts, like reducing healing is nice against CK, blah, blah, but it's really about the being able to use it while stunned.
Yep, the disarm could really save his life.
Yeah. Ollie? Yeah. Because you have to be able to wait until the last second when you're surrounded by CK illusions and then use it then, right? And then get away, ideally.
Delays your Ags, though, which is also a key component. I mean, it's just, there's no good answer here, unfortunately. I mean, naturally, that's what happens when you are losing the game, right? But it's about making the right decision under duress here. See what he decides. Continue to pan out. DK, still bolstered by this Aegis, reinforced by Aegis rather, for another minute. Feeling confident enough to just straight up hit this mid-tier 2 tower. Why not? Top's already been disposed of. Outpost is secured. We got a ward. Scouting anyone leaving the
tower
base.
is under
They see
attack.
one enemy hero down
Radiant's
bottom,
courier has been
so they know
killed.
this is a relatively safe play to make at this stage.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Shaggy's even poking at the top 2-3.
I'm thinking, by the way, if this Weaver should go for Axe to
Radiant's bottom
mitigate some of the
tower
AA
is
impact.
under attack.
I don't know if that's
Dire's
going to be
middle
enough.
tower is under
That does work,
attack.
by the way, guys. You can,
Yes,
the
yes.
3 abilities in the game allow you to
Dire's
ignore
middle tower
Ice Blast.
has
It's
fallen.
Time Walk.
Time Lapse Sunder?
Time Lapse and Sunder.
I know Time Walk was there too.
Actually, I don't know if Time Walk. I have to double check that.
I know for sure Time Lapse and Sunder, right?
Yeah,
'Cause
Time
those are
Lapse
the
and
biggest
Sunder for sure.
heroes
I know
for
there's
counter.
3, so.
I think you might have to consider it, because otherwise Tusk's going to be screwed. Oh, Tusk. Solo. Oh, that's an easy kill.
They might
Buy
get
off the
Molly,
leash.
but it's just not worth the buyback here. There's Aegis being reclaimed, so Mr.
Nope.
Machine are out from this fight.
This time Mystery Machine are playing really safely as well. Like, they're playing quite patient. Oh, this is a really good fake back. This is a really good fake back.
There's
Yeah.
an Ice Blast ready
There
too.
you go. Nice range in the blink. Just perfectly to get the Omni
comes.
Knight. Oh, that
shit
Decrepito
round.
didn't really help. Double King. He's also been silenced. He's in trouble now. Oh, Double King. A little bit of misplay there. They're going to punish him for that. Ancient Apparition does fall as well. And the Timbersaw tries to TP. Do they have any way to cancel? They do not. They try to get High Shaggy instead, and they will. Walrus Punch is brutal. High Shaggy is going to fall. I don't think that Decrep mattered much, by the way. I think the team fight was just bad.
No,
In hindsight.
the big deal there was missing the Ice Blast, unfortunately, or Shinra avoiding Ice Blast. I mean, it depends how you want to read it, right?
Yep.
Either way, it doesn't connect, and Shinra's just free in that fight. If that hits him, he has basically no choice but to die.
Yeah,
It's not a fun matchup to play, but that's going to be 4 dead, and them booted it off of the high ground there. Dieback penalty as well applied at least to the Lion, who dies first in that engagement, but will be respawning almost still first.
Surely. Yeah. You have to be a bit careful with the fights against Felt, because due to their overwhelming amount of damage, right, they can really turn a team fight easily with just a small misplay like the Ice Blast you mentioned. So it is, at least right now. When it gets like 40 minutes or so and CK has an overwhelming amount of farm, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But right now, a single misstep, slight mispositioning, misreading a fight, it turns into a disaster for this thing.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, when you depend on a tool so badly to kind of make something work, and then all of a sudden you're missing that tool, like, it's time to panic. Like there's
Right, it's like,
very few alternatives.
I like to compare this to like a Dusa lineup, right? A Dusa lineup isn't capable of doing that, right? You can mess up against a Dusa lineup, and might get punished, you just run away. There's a lot of things you can do. But against a Weaver, tag team on Tuskar, and the Huskar as well, no way. You're not getting away alive, right? That's kind of what I'm referring to. Overwhelming damage is always scary to play against.
Well, the Aegis has been reclaimed. And
Axe is up, by the way. I don't know if you want to...
Radiant
Oh, for
are
Husker?
scanning.
nice, yeah. Want to give people a little... You want me to do? Who wants to do it?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Alright.
You do the song and
3
dance.
second taunt increases the cast range. It's a targeted taunt, of course. It still persists through BKB, and of course completely undispellable, as I believe all
Berserker's
taunts are.
Oh, right. Legion Commander's Duel is the other one, right?
That is a taunt. That's correct. I think the only taunt that doesn't actually pierce magic immunity
Radiant's top
is
tower
Winter
is under
Wyvern's.
attack. Radiant structures
Sorry.
Oh, yeah. I guess that is a taunt.
Right.
are
Because you can
Yeah.
walk into it and be with magic immunity enabled, and you won't be taunted.
No, that's a good one. That's a good one. I didn't know. I didn't think of that one, but it's true. I guess taunt is anything that forces you to attack a specific enemy.
Yeah,
right?
the thing is, it's like it's not completely accurate because, of course, you can cast it on a spell immune target, and everyone will be taunted to them. But I
Dire's bottom tower
guess that's
is under
one.
attack.
And also, you can't dispel the taunt if it's been applied on a target without giving them magic immunity, which I guess technically you can do like on LC. So like, I don't know. It depends how you want to define it. You can really get into the weeds on it,
Yeah.
but it's semantics, right? Most
Dire's
taunts,
bottom
to
tower is under
put it
attack.
plainly, undispellable.
It's funny because in the original Warcraft 3, where the ability came from, the taunt was just something that would issue an attack command to your units to attack that unit, right? But you could always just click away.
Oh, are you serious?
And it was just yeah. So what would happen is like you would mass these units called Mountain Giants. They would taunt, and you would put them around all the units in the enemy team or the enemy side, right? And you would just click taunt all the time, and it would just make the micro 10 times harder. It was a really funny interaction. It actually worked really well. Not the most viable strategy, but it was something that can be done in certain matchups. Very interesting.
What's really funny is that you say all these boomer things, and like I can relate to them because I also played some really scuffed Counter-Strike 1.6 mods that were a lot like this and were very fun. But
That's weird. Okay, sure.
yeah, but they just sound made up. What a
Hex.
jump!
Oh, that was brutal.
Deleted.
That's so good, Mali Burgos.
This is right for Roche.
I don't know if you want to fight this. I will hit the Huskar this time. Oh no, he didn't retreat in time. Pugna is not going to die thanks to the Crep. Try to lose the life rate a little bit. Oh, okay, he does get killed eventually.
He's got buyback on Oscar. He's got to go for it. Pop back. Gets the BKB up this time.
She might die though here. No, she gets away. It's the Omni-Knight that gets sucked in by the Reality Rift. Everyone's buying back. They know they can't let this Roche go. This Roche is crucial for Huskar. If he gets it, you actually survive the
Huskar had to
ice
cancel his TP. DK was just surrounding the outpost, and there would have been no way he lived there. He used BKB on the first life.
So tense for both teams. Whoever gets a jump literally gets torn to shreds in a matter of seconds. I don't think the Omni even can save him at this point, and he got torn to shreds himself.
He did. That he did. No BKB rather for the Huskar for a little bit, about 25 more seconds. There's another jump in that was for creeps, pardon me. They have found a target though. It's the Tusk. He's just buying time and space, but ooh, gets the blink off. Alrighty, not bad.
Nice actually. That's really clutch because he bought a lot of vision there. Now they can smoke up again. Now he's bringing a smoke. There we go.
I'm surprised he makes it out there because Juve does have the shard. And had a Vortex down, but whatever. A well-timed blink.
Can they kill AA in time? That's the real question. Swarm, did he have it? Okay, there we go. Go for the line first instead. Ice Blast will hit Shinra. At least a debuff. But they got Mali Burgos and they also killed Jubei. However, Shinra has to just outrun this. He doesn't have the status resistance, which means the buff is off him now. He gets the fight. Queen of Pain is just trying to delay this fight so Huskar can join in again. The taunt. Timbersaw's the first target apparently. As Weaver tanks the CK. Timbersaw has so much tankability. He's in fine for now. In fact, he turns around and kills Shinra. A time lapse does save Zora with a. Oh, sorry, that's bringing back into the fight with a buyback. But the Huskar's already dead.
And now, yeah, he comes back. The thing is, on time lapse, you come back with your HP and your mana. Crucially, Zora has none of it, so his impact here is going to be pretty limited here.
I gotta say, man, I don't know if the target of Timbersaw was the best target. He had Yols, he has Kai and Sanj, he's a Timbersaw naturally. Sure, he died, but the CK meanwhile pummeled your Weaver and you did nothing. Weaver just died there. I mean, I guess you don't have any control for Timbersaw. He's a nuisance for the Huskar, but if that was the case, why would you pick Huskar into Timbersaw?
Yeah, Yule's being a lifesaver, and as you say, still does end up dying, but gets off a little bit of a chakra. The slow, the pure damage is brutal. Oh, Sonic Wave! They now have vision of Roche, but unfortunately, they will not get either the bounty nor, well, I suppose the bounty, as and they're not going to Aegis. They're not going to get the gold for it. So it's a dieback then on the Huskar. No chance really to contest it. Now,
that should have been Swarm into Sonic Wave.
Yeah,
no?
I assume they were cooldown limited and just kind of.
Okay. I didn't check.
Reaching. I don't know. I saw that was the second Swarm. I know Storm's got a fairly restrictive cooldown. So.
Yeah. I don't have the shard either.
Yeah, they're 20 seconds. I'm gonna assume it was cooldown limited and that he just threw it as soon as he had it. But yeah, not fast enough there. With Huskar respawning, I mean, no hero likes buying back and then dying back, of course, but like for a momentum-based hero, when they already have tools for you that persist through the entire game, right? Ice Blast, it only gets better, honestly. It hurts. It really hurts.
There are certain core-to-core matchups Huskar can actually, because he's not the worst hero at scaling, right? So certain matchups he scales decently, but not CK. Not CK. He's a pretty bad match. Like he's a strength hero, which I guess makes him easier than say PL. But it's just, you have to deal with illusions. They pummel you. They deal so much physical damage as well.
And again, this AA only gets better versus you, right? The cooldown, again, did get nerfed. I don't know why, again, no clue why they made Ice Blast 40 seconds. 30 seconds on every level, sure, it was pretty strong, but 40, my god, man.
Hey, it was too strong. It's being picked every single game last time.
Radiant are scanning.
Every game, I guess.
Meanwhile, Alk was like, guys, please nerf him more. Yeah. So I can become playable again.
Lap roll, yeah, no Yules in time there from Tib. Like, I get it, but even then, like, the cooldown starts
they're going to go Huskar again.
They're just going to kill Huskar. They need a little bit more damage for the Shatter. He's actually getting a lot of damage out in the meantime. And he might not take down. Yeah, he's safe.
Yeah, that was maybe a bit too hasty. Fair enough. Right, there was too many heroes there. You're fighting your TP point. They go for Affirmush instead. Double King. Are you sure about this one? Oh, he's trying to bait out the Snowball. Clever. Fighting your own ground. Nice.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, but Ice Blast, as in the debuff, and I think the initial damage does go through Magic Immunity, but I don't think the tick damage does.
No, The initial damage does not, and neither does the
Okay.
damage, but the debuff does.
The debuff
You
does.
can shatter through magic
Yes,
immunity.
you can shatter because that's affected by the debuff. So actually, he's completely damage immune if he's got GA and BKB active. Just doesn't take damage. That's not like a new strategy, right? Of course, but I don't believe they have anything else. I guess actually Chakram, right? No, it doesn't pierce magic immunity. Still in me.
Yep. Yeah, just physical damage. As we said. Very good decrep. With decrep, you actually don't get taunted towards the enemy because you can't attack, right? So you can't issue the attack command. Really clever by the Pugnamer. High Shaggy's honestly keeping Double King alive.
That was spicy. That was really spicy. Mali tried to open up with the Earth Spike, surprisingly. Had Hex. It's okay. I mean, it's cast range limitations, I presume. Always better to hit the Earth Spike first anyway. Save the Hex for whoever jumps you second.
Yep. I think that they're again, High Shaggy is really coming into play. We talked about this earlier when you disarm our creep, right? They stop attacking. When you get taunted, you act exactly like a creep, right? So disarm is actually important to keep him in position so he doesn't go forward and dies to the tower or whatever. It's not so much defensive capability of it, it's actually just keeping CK from running into his death. 3 seconds is a very long taunt. It's a long time to have to just walk back per se.
Yep. Even on a hero who's pretty speedy and has good turn rates, it's for the best that you don't turn at all.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the key for Double King.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I think he's getting to the point that he's a bit too strong, though. I mean, these initiations are becoming really tough for Phil. They don't really have a good initiation to begin with because their team fight is very lacking. It's really just Tuskar and Omni Knight. Double King. He's going to continue the push. I'll even get an illusion off this. And the illusion should probably attack the Vax here. Oh. Honestly, he's kind of mashing Shinra to bits.
Yeah, it ain't bad. Physical damage, double level 24. Rail, of course, now pierces magic immunity.
Huge.
And he's kind of untouchable on the high ground. Aegis proclaimed shortly. Felt would like to wait, but it's going to mean, this time is going to come at a cost. And that cost currently is top line of barracks. It's done. Damage. Nothing too.
What are they? What were they waiting for?
Oh. Might get him. Oh, the save. Force Staff and the life drain even is going to get him off to safety. The triple suck there. Courtesy of not High Shaggy, pardon me. Courtesy of Molly Burgos's shard means he's very safe. They end up baiting out the Tusk.
Gotta say, I doubted High Shaggy's pick in the beginning because Pugna has not been picked for a reason, right? Kind of a snowball mid, blah blah. We talked about this, but he's been playing a hell of a game. Just really good. He knew exactly when Pugna stops being an offensive hero, it becomes more of a defensive hero, itemized correctly for it.
Yeah.
It's really good. He's actually been a big reason why TMM had such a free game this game. Obviously the CK is good too, but it's a free CK.
Oh no, into the Ice Blast goes Shinra. Oh, he jumped right into that one. They just need a little bit of physical damage and they're going to be able to nuke right through him here as soon as GA ends. He's done for. Has buyback, but no BKB. And no Omni Knight here to buff him further. Good putty blocks there from Tib, trying to get the kill there to High Shaggy. They even find now the Quap trying to hide in the trees. Long duration stun, 3 seconds I believe, and Finger of Death to nuke her down. Does have a buyback, but Avramush is going to end up dropping. That's a full team wipe just in exchange for the AA, and it doesn't matter. He gets off the Ice Blast.
Yeah. I can't really blame him for this. I think when you're in a fight, in a game like this, and it's also going this late, you know that your options are dwindling to the point where there's like 1% chance maybe of you winning this now. And you have to take every chance you could. I really feel like those lanes have to go perfectly for them, and otherwise this game wasn't going to go well. Yep. Felt loses game 2. Really well done, Mystery Machine, though. Their draft is much better than last game, that's for sure. Especially the core-to-core matchup was very much better. Really good CK pick. And that deviation of the AA, putting Pugna mid, High Shaggy playing a fantastic Pugna game, it was really good by them. I also expected Tib to